Then there's Michael Crichton. Nobody, for example, has filled Michael Crichton's slot.
Yeah.
There just isn't anybody else who's writing that, and I think that's an open possibility for somebody.
But you do see a certain number of people. For the top tier writers or whatever, you see a certain, like, half a dozen or so per year. You know, it's the big event or something, and then a couple a month come out with stuff on your tier of sales. But then you get all the other writers who there's like 2 or 3 new books every week. You go to Barnes and Noble, and just in science fiction, you see they filled an entire shelf in sci-fi or an entire shelf in thrillers, and those are the people who are probably making about $100,000 a year. One of my favorite writers at all is Steven Brust, and he said at one point recently, after writing 30 books or so, that he figures if he'd stayed being a computer programmer, he'd be making about the same amount of money. He's not sure. So he's successful, he's well known in the industry, but he's just not making a lot of money compared to people who just sell much better without necessarily being as good a writer.
Yeah, but I would say that Steven Brust also falls into the category of being a semi-literary writer, and within the science fiction genre, and that there are a couple of people within science fiction, just like in the other genres, who dominate. The guy who writes those Chicago Wizard books.
Dresden Files, I can't remember.
Right, the Dresden Files. I mean, like that guy.
Butcher.
Butcher goes to #1 every time. I don't know if you would consider the vampire novels to be science fiction novels or fantasy novels. That woman dominates everything when she comes out with a book.
She's come out with 5 books total.
Yeah, but the thing is on the first of those 5, or I mean the last of those 5, she probably made $20 million. The thing is that the finances are extremely complicated. Basically, there is a layer of 50 or so people who make very good livings by coming out with a new book every year. There's another group of people who come out with books sporadically that are huge sellers. Then there's a fly flying around my head.
Yeah, it's bothering us.
But then there are I'm going to start over here.
Okay.